The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Got it.
They get it to him running left. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hey, starting left here. Let's go, 12, let's go.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. And the Saints signal for another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Under Cornell. Super. Starting left here. Dula. Maverick. 11.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Taken in at the 11. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. But one thing neat going on around the NFL again recently this year, we've seen this before, but the My Cause, My Cleats, just a chance for the players to give back to a certain charity that they like and dress up their shoes how they want. I know you saw that a couple weeks ago in your game.
I certainly did. I had the Giants and the Bears, and during this time frame, each team is allowed to designate one home game for My Cause, My Cleats. And that was the Giants' home game. They designated it. And Alec Ogletree had a big game. I mean, he had a pick-6 for a touchdown, a bunch of tackles, and his cleats were for autism awareness. What a perfect time to put that on stage. His cause, his cleats, and a big game as well.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Throwing now is Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Again, it's Breeze. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a 3rd down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Rams getting set to go now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53. Mike,
To throw on 2nd down is gone. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
let's go. 11. Louis.
Out of the gun, Goff. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at about the 14. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their play.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
180.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
2 for 66.
On 1st down, it's gone. Flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Able to spin free. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Aqib Talib there to stop him.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Back now in Los Angeles, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Cal, you won. Let's go.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Super 66.
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Hey, lift! Lift!
Now it's gone. Now he'll let it go deep left side. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
In his own end zone, it's Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end. That'll bring up 2nd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note of the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Ready! You ready?
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22.
Yeah, baby!
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this.
Here we go.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Breeze hands to Ingram. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. On 2nd down, Kamara. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Rams have got it back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, 76. 76. Now you won.
Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27. Now, he's been quiet all afternoon. He may have just come up with a play of the day right there, though.
Obviously, it's not the volume in which you get done. It's the quality, and that was a quality catch right there.
And he stopped immediately there. Demario Davis there on the stop. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again.
76. Super one. 12.
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Goff now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that, but flip it over. Making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.